All right, welcome back, you guys. This is your sixth cover. Appreciate you showing up. Today we're going to talk a little bit about practicing, right? So if you have a range at your house, if you go to a range, you can make it as hard and as tough as you want. So depending on if you're getting just into NRL 22 rimfire shooting, today I'm shooting the Voodoo Gunworks V22. This is a MTU Contour 20-inch barrel. On top of it is a Razor HG 4.5 to 27. This is the MPA Matrix chassis, and I'm shooting 50 MOA for the reticle. So I got 30 in the base and 20 in the mount. So we'll have some fun. So what makes shooting a target difficult? Well, there could be a lot of things. It could be the amount of time you have available to shoot a certain amount of targets. It can be difficulty, can be the size of targets, also the distance of targets, or how much movement in between shots you have to do, which can burn up a lot of time. So what I've been doing is I've been doing holdover practicing, and that will also save you time. If you get used to your reticle, you're able to get your holds down instead of dialing everything, especially if you have a stage that's very fast and a lot of movement in it. It can definitely help. So what I've been doing for practice is I've been going like this. I've basically been throwing the bag down and trying to come right in line with my target and have the gun pointed perfectly down where that target's at, having my magnification and my parallax basically adjusted for whatever distance I'm going to start at. Or maybe I got a big distance. So if you really want to make stuff difficult, go from very short to very far distances. So if you have to mess with your parallax as well in order to get a nice, clean, crisp picture, that's also going to burn up some time. So just practicing it is going to help out. So here's what I've been doing for a little bit. I've basically just been trying to point the rifle in the correct direction and then engage the target. So if that seems simple, right? Now you could do more movements, more shots that need to happen in, say, 1 minute and 20 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever stage you come up with while you're practicing. Do it with some friends to get that competitiveness out of you. Maybe you can run it a little bit faster while you've done it, but being able to point the rifle to your first target helps a lot. A lot of times people will get under here and then they'll look in their eye box and then they're like doing this. Oh, there it is. And then they fire and they hit the target. So you burn up a lot of time, especially if you have to engage a lot of different targets. So we'll come up, we'll try to shoot this 1-inch target. And we'll try to jump over here to this one. And just getting familiar with the course, knowing from this position I need to go to here to find the next target. So basically I went from 50 to 85. Now, you don't need a long range to do this type of practicing, especially if you're having trouble getting into different positions. You really don't need 500 yards to shoot. Having small targets definitely helps, so that when you do show up to the match and you see the bigger ones there at the same distances, you're like, man, that's easy. So that definitely helps. Some of the things is just getting comfortable with your rifle, making sure everything's set. There was a stage a couple of matches ago, maybe last match, where I had forgot to dial in my dope, and as I could not spot any shots, my brain was not telling me, hey, check the dope. So those are things I need to work on. That's the reason why I'm out here practicing today. So hopefully some of this information is good for you. Hopefully it helps you guys out. But I would say if you're hitting targets and all you have available is big ones, maybe paint a small dot of a different color inside of that large steel so that you have a small aiming point to aim at. It'll definitely slow you down and make you more accurate, and then it'll also make it nicer when you do get to the actual match. You're like, oh, these are nice. They're a lot bigger than what I've been practicing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. If you like videos like this, please think about subscribing and hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Miss. Back. All right. I'm out. That was a good run too.